Hi once again. Now we're going to continue with the next step for building our bicycle. What we're going to do, remember we had our big wheel, two small ones, and our third one is for our little bike basket. So what we're going to do, I grabbed a piece of newspaper also, and what I did actually is see how big I needed this to be so it could round this circle up, okay? So once I have this, I'm gonna ask for 16, depending, maybe 16 or 18 of my paper rolls over here. And what I'm gonna start doing is, now this is important, when you cut your newspaper cone, when you're cutting it over here, cut it in the middle because as you can see, you can cut and use two of them. So when you're cutting, this one is going to be fine, it's not going to open up, but your second one is going to start splitting. So what you have to do is put a little glue on it and close it up, okay? That's what you're going to have to do with all of your paper cones, well, one of both, okay? Now, once you have your cones, what we're going to do is put some glue here in your piece of newspaper, okay? And we're going to start putting our cones. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, right there. And let's zoom this a little bit more. There we go. So, right there. So I'm putting my cones here. See how it opens up? But it's better this way. I mean, like, that way you don't use too many cones. There we go, and we keep on putting them here, okay? So you have to finish all the way through. Once you're finished, it's gonna look like this, okay? Now, once it's already dry, it has to be dry because if not, it's gonna start falling apart, okay? Once you have this dried out, then you can cut. So it's gonna look something like this, okay? So we have this part already done. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our big wheel, okay? For that, we're gonna need 2 newspaper cones in which we're gonna put some glue on the narrow end of our newspaper cone, and we're gonna stick it in the wider one like that. Okay, press a little bit there so it glues together. Just like that. Once we have this done, we're gonna grab our big wheel, we're gonna introduce the paper cone in the middle of it, just like this. We're gonna stick this right in the middle. And it has to look right, it has to be right in the center. Just like that, okay? Now that we have this, I'm gonna put some glue on one side of my wheel, like that, and on the other side. There we go. You're gonna stick those two together like this. And now in this part over here, you're gonna put some glue. There you go. And we're gonna stick this together. Not all the way through, just a little bit to it, okay? Now, I'm gonna grab another paper roll, like this. And what I'm gonna do, see my paper is already all gluey. So what I'm gonna do actually is just start rounding it up like this. Almost done. Just like that. And we're gonna end with a little bit of glue. Right there. Okay, once we have this finished, what we're gonna do is open this up a little bit like this. And we're gonna, actually, what we're gonna do is just cut this over here, like that, and open this wide up, like that. So this is gonna look like this. Oh, and because I cut this part over here, don't forget to glue this part here. There we go. There. So that's how this part's gonna look like, okay? Now our third part, for our two smaller wheels, we're gonna use 2 paper rolls, and what we're gonna do is glue this in here. Okay. And I'm going to put some glue inside the hole. Just going to put these 2 in here like this. Go all the way right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. There we go. Add glue to it so it won't move. And then we're just going to cut this part out. And there we go. Let's just let this dry like that, okay? So, for your platform, what I'm gonna need you guys to show me is your 2 small wheels, the front part of the bike, and your tool in your little basket. Okay? So, hope to see your work soon. Please take care. Have a beautiful weekend. Hugs and kisses for everybody. Bye-bye for now.